inaasahan, ang kabalikat ng bayan. Handog sa miyembro, serbisyong magkabago. Express.
Mabuting araw, narinig ako. Clear naman yung audio ko.
Yes, Ma'am Joyce, loud and clear naman po yung
Okay.
boses nyo, and we can already see you via camera. So you may
Okay.
share your slide na rin po, Ma'am
Okay,
Joyce.
hold on. Yan, okay na po.
Yes, ma'am. Visible na po
Ayan.
yung presentation nyo, loud and
Thank
clear.
you.
So the floor is yours, Ma'am Joyce.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Thank you sa Member Education Department for inviting me. So I will be discussing to you the revised guidelines on the annual confirmation of pensioners program. So ito kasi we will be issuing the circular this December. So i-heads up ko na lang muna kayo kung ano yung mga mga updates on the annual confirmation of pensioners program ni SSS. So, what is the annual confirmation of pensioners program? So, this refers to the reporting of pensioners to SSS on a yearly basis to ensure continuous payment of their monthly pension subject to their continuing eligibility to the said benefit in accordance with RA number 1100 or the Social Security Act of 2018. So, yung ACOP na tinatawag natin is nire-require po namin or ng SSS ang mga existing na pensioners po natin na mag-report po yearly para po i-ensure natin na eligible pa po sila to receive their pension benefits. So, who are required to report for ACOP? So, yung existing policy po namin, yung mga retirement pensioners natin residing abroad, total disability pensioners natin, death or survivor pensioners, and the dependent children under guardianship are required to comply for ACOP. So, dito dun sa update po natin, come March 2024, retirement pensioners residing in the Philippines who are 80 years old and above are already required to report for ACOP. So, effective March 2024, kailangan mag-report na rin po itong mga pensioners natin na residing in the Philippines na retirees na 80 years old and above. So for those retirement pensioners residing in the Philippines who are below 80 years old may also be required to comply under certain circumstances as determined and upon notification by the SSS. So ano po naman yan? Hindi siya required but based on, kasi meron po kami other verification processes na ginagawa. So based on our verification process, kailangan namin pag-reportin yung retiree pensioner po natin. So pwede po namin silang i-require na mag-report po kay SSS, but they are not required to comply yearly. Kumbaga pag ni-require lang po ni SSS 'yon. So when should the pension report to SSS for ACOP? So tuwing kailan po ba kailangan mag-report yung pensioner natin, yung mga nabanggit ko mga pensioners para mag-report kay SSS or magpakita kay SSS. So every birth month of the member. Member meaning the retirement or total disability pensioner. Deceased member for those pensioners na receiving pension due to death of the member or yung mga death or survivor pensioners natin. Or pag sa dependent children naman na under guardianship, month of birth po nung member or yung retiree pensioner total disability pensioner natin or nung deceased member. So kung beneficiary po sila nung death benefit. So, allowed din po ang mga pensioners natin to comply earlier than the birth month. So, ina-allow po namin dun sa new policy namin, i-allow po namin yung mga pensioners to comply earlier than the birth month 2 months prior to their schedule or yung birth month po nung mga nabanggit ko na pensioners. So, how to report for ACOP? So yung mga pensioners natin, meron silang mga options on how to comply. So meron kaming tinatawag na with personal appearance or visual confirmation. So pwede silang magpunta kay SSS or over the counter, magsasubmit sila nung required documents, and pwede din naman po through video conferencing in SSS prescribed platform like MS Teams and Viber. So yung sa MS Teams po namin, yun kasi yung ginagamit po namin na existing ngayon for those pensioners residing abroad. So ngayon, yung mga residing in the Philippines na pensioners natin as well as yung retirees natin na 80 years old and above residing in the Philippines, they may comply through video conferencing through MS Teams and Viber. Ang MS Teams po, so lahat ng branches pwede yan. Yung Viber, meron pa lang po kaming mga pilot branches for that. Pag nag-announce po kami, pag na-issue po yung circular, ilalagay po namin din doon kung sino yung mga branches po na pwede na po doon sa video conferencing through Viber. So, pwede din naman po if hindi po kaya personal appearance or yung sa video conferencing nga, meron tayong tinatawag na without personal appearance or visual confirmation na they could send their documents through snail mail, through electronic mail or email, and pwede rin naman po yung guardian or duly authorized representative of the pensioner may submit the documents to SSS office. So what are the required documents for ACOP compliance? So of course, a duly filled out ACOP form or yung tinatawag natin annual confirmation of pensioners form na pensioners reply, valid IDs, and for those, ito pong chest level photo, ito po yung mga pag sinabit nyo po siya through mail, email, or through representative. But of course, pag personal appearance po yan, hindi na po kailangan ng itong chest level photo na to. Yung chest level photo po na yan, kailangan merong hawak na newspaper na yung current na newspaper or meron pong sa background niya na news scroller na updated din po yung date. So for video conferencing, the pensioner should request for appointment through email. So eventually, magkakaroon na rin kami ng available na appointment system dun sa my.sss account. So ngayon, since magpa-pilot pa lang naman po muna kami, pwede po tayong mag-request through email ng appointment to the nearest SSS branch kung saan po kayo malapit or saan po malapit yung residence ni pensioner po natin. So what are the required information during ACOP compliance? So ito yung mga kailangan po nating mga information during ACOP compliance. So of course, we need the SS number of the member or the deceased member. SSS number of surviving spouse and dependent children who are 18 years old and above. So meaning, kung si surviving spouse po is hindi siya member ni SSS, they are required to get SSS number. So meron po tayong tinatawag na SSS number issuance online. So yung 2-in-1 registration, meron na po yun. So pwede po silang kumuha ng SSS number online. I-click lang po nila doon claimant or pensioner para matag po siya as SSS pensioner or claimant or SSS pensioner imig the surviving spouse po of a deceased member na hindi naman po SSS member. So i-require po natin yan kasi hindi na po natin matatanggap yung ACOP compliance niya pag wala po yan. Tapos of course we need the address, the home address, the mailing address, email address, and mobile number. So mandatory po ang contact information po natin para if in case meron pong update si SSS to our pensioners, makakapag-send po kami ng notification po sa inyo. So we need the email address and the mobile number of the pensioner. Yung PhilSys number naman, if it is available, i-provide din po natin yon. So yung mga pensioners natin na merong PhilSys ID. So yon, kailangan din po natin i-provide yung PhilSys number kung available lang naman po siya. So, pero yung itong 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yung mga nasa taas po, mandatory fields po yan. For the address po, mas ni-prefer po namin mailing address kung nasaan po si pensioner. Okay. What will happen if pensioner fails to comply with ACOP? So, non-compliance will result to the automatic suspension of pension benefit 1 month immediately after the pensioner schedule. So, meaning, yung mga pensioners, pag hindi po sila nakakomply dun sa schedule nila or dun sa birth month nila, matitigil po yung pension nila. So temporarily, wala po silang marireceive na pension nila up until na mag-report po sila kay SSS or magpakita po sila kay SSS. So, automatic cancellation of pension after 2 years from the month of suspension. Meron din po tayong automatic cancellation, meaning pag nasuspend ka and after 2 years hindi ka pa rin nagko-comply, hindi ka pa rin nagre-report kay SSS, maka-cancel po yung pension ninyo. Ang effect po nun, pag by the time na magre-report ka kay SSS, ire-reprocess po yung benefit natin. So yun. So ang bottom line po nito is kailangan po kailangan po makita ni SSS or ma-confirm ni SSS na buhay pa po si pensioner. Anyway, pag if in case suspend po yung pension natin, yung payment po nung suspended pensions natin shall resume within 1 month from the date of ACOP compliance. So mariresume naman agad yan. So baka tanungin ninyo paano po yung mga pension niya na hindi niya nakuha. Of course, so once na mag-resume po yung pension ninyo, yung accrued, kung qualified pa naman or eligible pa naman po si pensioner to receive the pension, makukuha naman po niya yung yung accrued pension niya or yung mga accumulated pension niya na hindi niya po nakukuha or nare-receive. Ayun lang po, maikli lang yung presentation ko. Yan lang. Thank you.
Thank you very much po, Ma'am Joy, sa pagbabahagi ng information tungkol po sa Annual Confirmation of Pensioners. And bago po muli tayo dumako sa ating question and answer portion, mga kaeskwela, nais lang po namin magpaalala sa ating mga kaeskwela na mag-ingat po tayo. No, mag-ingat po tayo sa mga scammers and fixers at sa mga nagpapakalat po ng fake news. Okay? Naglipa na po sila ngayon and lalo na po sa panahon ngayon na online na po halos lahat ng transactions natin sa SSS. Kung sakali po na may ma-encounter po kayo na ganito or man-notice na mga ganitong gawain, no? Individual man po or group, maaari po ninyo itong ipagbigay sa aming Special Investigation Department. Nandiyan po sa screen yung ating mga contact details. So, hope nakikita niyo po ng malinaw. So, ito po yung email address, fid@sss.gov.ph. Alright, so dyan po kayo pwede magpadala ng email kapag may na-notice kayo or na-witness kayo ng mga ganitong gawain. So ano po yan, kahit sabihin natin merong namamahala, no? Nakita niyo po namamahala sa isang Facebook page, no? Nagpapakalat ng mga maling balita. So, pwede niyo pong i-report. Alright, so tulungan po tayo mga kaeskwela. Now, babasahin na po natin yung mga katanungan from our Q&A section. So, first question po, Ma'am Joyce. Ready ka na po ba, Ma'am Joyce?
Ready naman na.
Alright, salamat po. So, from Sir Maki, na-cancel po yung pension ng tatay ko at nakapag-comply na po kami ng ACOP sa branch. Ilang buwan po bago maibalik daw ang pension?
Ayan, sa ngayon po yung existing po natin kasi 2 months from ACOP, encoded ACOP compliance po. So, kung nakapag-comply na po kayo at na-encode na po yan ni branch, 2 months after marireceive na po niya yung pension niya. Anyway naman po yung mga hindi niya na-receive, marireceive naman niya yun within 2 months.
Alright, so salamat po for answering that question. Next po from Smith. If the 85-year-old pensioner is already bedridden, paano po mag-comply sa ACOP, Ma'am Joyce?
Ayan, as I've mentioned po earlier, there are options for the pensioner to comply. So, if hindi po na po makakapunta personally yung pensioner natin, pwede po tayo mag-request for video conferencing through MS Teams. So, mag-email lang po tayo sa branch, magre-request po tayo ng appointment for video conferencing. Pwede din naman po na mag-send po tayo ng documents through email, provided na kompleto po yung documents na po-provide natin, yung may photo nga ni pensioner, or mag-submit po yung representative sa branch ni SSS with the corresponding documents. So pero mas pine-prefer po kasi namin yung sa video conferencing para makita na rin po namin si pensioner. So, yun, pwede naman po sila mag-request ng appointment through video conferencing.
Thank you po. And last question na po ito, I think, Ma'am Joyce. So from Anonymous, nasa States po kami. Paano po mag-aako?
Ayan. Ayan, as I've mentioned earlier, ganun din po, pwede po tayong mag-submit ng documents natin through email, provided na kompleto nga rin po yung documents natin. And yung through video conferencing po. Yung sa mga nasa abroad po, existing na po yan, mag-request po kayo ng appointment through video conferencing dun sa OFW CSS namin, yung ofw.relations@sss.gov.ph.
Ayan. So, thank you very much pong muli, Ma'am Joyce, for the very detailed na pagpapaliwanag sa mga sagot do sa ating mga nakalap na questions. Okay, so thank you very much pong muli, Ma'am Joyce. Siya po yung Corporate Executive Officer 3 and concurrent acting head po ng Pension Administration Department. So, mapalad po tayo dahil talagang galing po sa department na yun yung nag-discuss para po sa topic na yan.
Maasahan ang kabalikat ng bayan, handog sa miyembro, serbisyong makabago.